I'll be opening up my fat loss coaching soon, and the purpose of today's video is to give you an example of my coaching style and how I coach my one-on-one clients. I would like to talk about the two statements that I've heard most often in my 7+ years of being a women's health and fitness coach. Now, these are not the only pain points I've heard. These are just the statements that I've heard time and time again. I want to get toned. I'm sure many of you have used this term or this statement a few times. I myself did when I started without even really knowing how to define it. These are all up to each person's own interpretation, but I'll give you my best description of how a fitness professional would define this term. Typically, when a woman says that she wants to get toned, she has the aesthetic of curves, soft muscle tone with some definition, not bony, skinny, and also not too overly muscular. And this is what the majority of my clientele sees for their aesthetic. In order to achieve this look, a woman over the age of 30 or even younger will need to do heavy resistance training with progressive overload and eat a high protein diet. Most of you watching this are probably already aware, and you've even looked into increasing your protein intake. You've heard that all over the internet. And so let me explain further. If you've never tracked your meals or macros, then you probably have no idea that you are not eating nearly enough protein needed to get toned. The sweet spot is around 150 grams a day. That's a lot. Protein is also typically the most expensive part of a meal. So, a lot of times at restaurants, your serving size is a little bit smaller. So, if you are trying to eat 150 grams a day and you eat 5 meals a day, that's 30 grams per meal. And as a visual aid, I'm going to show you. This is 30 grams of whitefish. Okay, this is flounder. 4.5 ounces is about 30 grams. This is 30 grams of Greek yogurt, approximately, which is like 1.5 cups. And as you can see, that's a lot. That is very high for the average woman. The average person eats a high carb, high fat diet. You must be intentional with your protein intake, but not to worry, that's what I coach. I have a client that has been with me for over a year. She consistently hits her protein goal. And she recently told me that sticking to her diet now really isn't even that hard anymore. She's gotten creative and made it her own. If you have joined a fitness class, gym, or any other workout program, but aren't focusing on diet changes, then achieving the goal of weight loss or getting the toned look is going to be nearly impossible if you're not hitting that protein goal. I don't say that to shame you or discourage you, because exercising is never a waste of time, but rather to give you the bigger picture and help you to have the proper expectation. My goal is to communicate clearly and effectively with everyone. The second statement I hear most often is, I just want to feel better. Quite the nebulous statement. I expect many people start here because it covers so many aspects that this covers them all. I can appreciate that. Deciding to work out or regular exercise, feeling better will be the very first thing you notice, but so many will overlook because the scale hasn't budged. Increased energy, better sleep, better mobility, increased sex drive, better cognitive function, your overall well-being and confidence. Sustainable change comes from seeing the bigger picture, because that's what will help you to keep sticking to your goals and keep pushing forward, even when it seems like you aren't making any progress at all. My coaching style is clear, direct, with a bit of tough love. If you tell me, I just want to feel better, but then go drink alcohol on the weekends, you're not drinking water, you're staying up late scrolling on your phone rather than sleeping, I don't believe you, because your actions don't align with what you're telling me. And that's a problem. The majority of people, their day-to-day actions do not align with what they claim is a priority. If you truly want to feel better, then you have to be willing to cut back or completely give up the things that you know are not good for you. The pain and discomfort of staying stuck has to be greater than the fear of change and fear of the unknown. My coaching would not be effective if I didn't state this and hold my clients accountable to the things that they say. One of my biggest core values is keeping your word, and that starts with you. Keep the promises that you make to yourself, and you most definitely will reach your goals. Thank you for watching. Keep an eye on your inbox for an invitation and start up for my one-on-one coaching.